Good morning, guys. So, how you been? Doing well, right? So, I think in today's September 4, we are going to study chemistry. Solar present today. So, in the last class, we actually studied about matter and its classifications. So, let's recall that. What is matter? Matter is something which occupies space and has mass are called matter. And different kinds of matters are solid, liquid and gas. Today, now we are going to learn more about the characteristics of what solid, liquid and gas. Matters are three types: solid, liquid and gas. Now we are going to study the characteristics of solid, liquid and gas. So solids are what have definite shape and have definite mass. So this is the example of a solid, right? It has a definite shape and also has definite mass. And your pen, your pencil, your book, your phone, etc., etc., examples for solid. Then what about liquid? Liquid has no definite shape but have definite mass. For example, for say water. Water occupies the space, water occupies the shape of its the container. For example, if it pour into a bottle, it occupies the shape of that bottle. If we pour that into a vessel, it occupies the shape of that vessel. So water is an example for liquid. It have no definite shape but have definite mass. Then what about gas? Gas neither have definite shape nor definite mass. So solids have definite shape and mass. About liquid, no definite shape but have what? Definite mass. But definite mass. What about gas? It have neither definite shape nor definite mass. Now, I am going to picturize the molecular structures of solids, liquid and gas. So, it will be like solids, liquid, gas. So it is like the molecular structure of solids, liquid and gas will be like this. Then about from this picture itself, we can say that packaging, its intermolecular attractions, right? What about solid? Solid have very close packaging since the since the molecules are very close to each other. It is very closely packed. What about liquid? There's some distance between the molecules of the liquid, so it is loosely packed than what? Solid. What about gas? It is very loosely packed since it has high high distance between one molecule from to the another molecule than solid and liquid. Then about its intermolecular attraction, since it is the solids are very closely packed, it have high intermolecular attraction. Intermolecular attraction will be very high in solid since it is very closely packed. What about liquid? Liquid have less intermolecular attraction than solid because it is very loosely packed than solid. Then what about gaseous substances? It is very loosely packed, therefore it has very less intermolecular attraction. Okay. Let me make it clear once more. Since solid have definite shape and definite mass, but for liquid have no definite shape but have a definite mass. Okay. Then about gas are neither nor definite shape nor mass. Okay. Then from the picture itself, it's a picturization of the molecular structures of solid, liquid and gas. From the picture itself, you can say that solids are closely packed, liquids are loosely packed than solid, and gaseous substances are very loosely packed than solids and liquid. And about the intermolecular attraction, since the molecules are very closely packed in solid, it have very high intermolecular attraction. In liquid, it have less intermolecular attraction than solid, since it is very loosely packed than solid. And about gaseous substances, its intermolecular attraction will be very less than solid and liquid, since it is very loosely packed. So this is about the class. Let me conclude it, and we will study about the structures and more about the solids, liquid, gas in the next class. And for today,
Okay, Ashna, thank you. Now we are going for the skill of blackboard writing. She mentioned she done it nicely, but I have to, as it was the first class, I have to add some more points. What all things we have to take care when we are doing blackboard writing. First thing is legibility. That is, the student have to read what really teacher is writing in the blackboard. So the handwriting of the teacher is very important, and it never irritates a student, and the teacher that is at least the student have to know or have to identify which letter the teacher is writing. So it is not that much easy for a teacher to write in the blackboard as it is we are writing in the notebook. So you have to train by writing in the blackboard. Then only you can write very creatively, very legitimately in the blackboard. Then about the size of the letters, it must be visually, and the teacher must consciously do that. It must be well seen for the students, especially on the backbenchers. So, and you have to take care that if we are writing the size, capital letter, small letter, all that you have to take care, and the size, all these things, and the way it must come, vertical line, horizontal line. You are starting from the bottom and ending in the top. It makes the student laugh. So never do like that. And another thing is we have to highlight the main points. It can be done either by underlining the statement or by using colored chalks or some other way you can do that. But it's very good that do something for highlighting your main points. And when you are doing the utilization of the space is also very important. That is, don't write too much on the blackboard, only write a summary of it in a readable manner, and always avoid overwriting in the board, because it makes the board untidy, and many students do not want to look at an untidy blackboard. So never rub the board with our hand or with the paper. I mean book paper. Okay. So that is important, that you must have enough tools to write in a blackboard or in a whiteboard. And it's really very important to keep the correctness of the spelling, of the grammar, of if you are drawing some figures or some drawings, it must be correct. Make clarity in it, how to draw, how it. Then the other thing is about the position of the teacher when you are writing material on the blackboard. So never, what I had to say, never overstand the board. The student had to see what the teacher is really writing there. So they always stand by one side of the blackboard and write. Never you stand in such a way that the student could not see what you are writing. And you have to maintain eye contact with the students when you are writing the blackboard also. So then only you can control the class management. Otherwise, when you are writing the blackboard, you lose the discipline, and it takes so much of time for you to get back the class to you. So take care of all these things, and above all, after your session of 14 minutes, when you are looking at the blackboard, summary of all the things what you have explained must be there in the blackboard. So that is also another important thing that you are caring about your blackboard. So think about all these things. Thank you. When you are writing in the blackboard. Okay.